Hello, chat. Welcome to the stream. Oh, there's no audio? Still no audio? Oh, yeah, kasi pinatay ko yung audio from last stream with Jake. What's up, chat? Welcome to the stream. Will, LJ, Levy, Paring Ray, Office Ninja, Chuck, what's up? It's an afternoon stream today, a very quick one as well. Because I'm not sure if you guys have seen our schedule bot, so pakita ko because I am paying for this, dude, man. So I'll show you our schedule bot. He did message everybody he did schedule everybody. He did appear here. So Carlos, the bot, afternoon quick stream today, 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. And then I did say that there is a movie premiere from last Thursday. So last week dapat yung afternoon stream natin. But it got moved to today because the movie premiere from last Thursday got moved to today. So today I am going to be watching horror in cinemas and I am not all too excited for it. But here we are, chat. Let's rock and let's make this quick live stream worth it. So without further ado, let's get to it. Today we have, over the weekend I saw a lot of Vitaly news. More specifically, a clip on his expose. And it all began with this clip with Aiden Ross, which we all saw already last week. There is the expose is floating around, but I don't know where it is. 4 minutes long yun. Vitaly maybe on his Instagram. Maybe he did show it on his Instagram. Di ko lang maalala kung nasaan niya talaga pinakita yan. Maybe it's this. Worthy is your name. Oh my gosh. How come? I know he's always been a Christian. But I know exactly what he's doing. I know exactly what he's doing by being super Christian after the prison stint. Right? Paring Ray. Do you know why PH is so cold right now? I think it's very cold around the world actually. Not around the world, that I'm making that up. But kung di ako nagkakamali, the US is also experiencing one of their coldest winters, at least up north, pati Canada. So I'm not all that surprised because I feel like I'm not the meteorologist. Pero sa alam ko, winds just, are a global thing and they affect each other. I don't know if it has something to do with each other. Pero yun yung nangyayari sa Pilipinas. Sobrang lamig. But I'm sure we could just Google that. Instead of me telling you stuff that are not true, we could just Google it. Which we will do. Tapusin lang natin tong Vitaly. Hanapin lang natin yung thing about Vitaly. Because it's somewhere here, man. 5 days ago. Right? 5 days ago. It has something to do with this, chat. Di ko lang mahanap yung buong video. But it's here. It's here. Oh my gosh. Sana hindi nakita ng TikTok yun. Hey, Philip.
What if I told you that I could...
Hold up. Vitaly, it's supposed to be 4 minutes. Is it this one?
What's up, guys?
Yup, we are going to an event today. That's why we have to look extra presentable. The best that I could do is wear a collared shirt. No, this is from 2 days ago.
Every day.
Ito. I remember it being a 4-minute clip. This is 34 seconds. Nilike ko patuloy. Maybe it's this one?
In 1 second. Come check out the back.
1 minute 45? Where's the clip that I saw? I think I saved it. I think I saved it on I think I saved it sa TikTok ko. Unless it was posted on memes and links. Let me double check that as well. Enjoy jail. Oh, he's out. He's out of jail. That's the thing, Philip. Wala na siya sa kulungan. Let's saved. Oh, I didn't save it. I did not save it. Did I save it? Yeah, I did. Oh, it's 2 minutes 45. So mukhang ito yun. Yeah, it's this one. Okay.
What's up, guys?
Let's check this one out. My bad. 2 minutes 45. Baka napanood na pala natin to.
Welcome to my MTV crib. I know you've been wondering where I've been. As most of you guys know, I got...
No, he's not even in Ukraine, Philip. He's back in the US. By principle, he just needed to be deported to Russia kasi yun yung passport niya. But from Russia, he flew straight to the US.
Arrested on April 2nd, 2025. I'm currently at Immigration Center or Warden Facility. I've been here for 69 days. I know it sounds funny, but today actually marks 69 days. Check this out. These are our conditions. This is an isolation. I can't speak out loud because we have the guard right there. These are my mates here, and I can't talk too long, but this is our breakfast. Yes. Why is it green? Don't ask. You guys are wondering if we get to go out of this cage?
I don't know if this is it though. I don't know if this is it. I feel like there's a newer video out there somewhere. Kasi nasa BJMP siya, and ang sabi niya on his expose or on his live stream guesting over here with Aiden Ross, sabi niya, as long as you have money, you know, I had a phone the whole time. Money talks in the Philippines. So honestly, the way I see it, this could be his heel turn. It could be his redemption arc. It's gonna be very confusing para sa mga Pilipino if he does actually expose the corruption. Because, you know, he got himself in that situation. But if he does a good job with the expose, with showing everybody yung buhay sa presinto, kung presinto nga ba? Buhay sa prison, kung meron kang pera, I think he might be slightly given that redemption in exchange for what he actually did to get there. Diba? Because this is gonna be cool. I just don't know kung lumabas na yung full episode. Let's check out Twitter. Wala pa rin. So I guess I'm wrong, right? Maybe the clip that I saw isn't actually it. I do remember it being 4 minutes though. O nga naman. Hey, that's a way to see it, Philip. He did do his time. You know what? Let's change this into hot. Maybe we'll see it that way. Here you go. Ito na, inaabangan nyo na expose ni Vitaly about his harsh living conditions.
What's up, guys?
There you go, 4 minutes. So, ito na, inaabangan nyo na expose. So, yung nirereklamo pala ni Vitaly na hirap na dinanas niya ay di tabo na paliguan. Jolly Jeep meal style na lunch at dinner, malinis at makapal na mattress, dedicated electric fan, at Bartolina na mas malaki pa sa SMDC studio condo. Kawawa naman. I mean, all things considered, he's in a pretty good situation. Unlike majority of those incarceration or those mga people deprived of liberty. Let's watch the video.
Welcome to my MTV crib. I know you've been wondering where I've been. As most of you guys know, I got arrested on April 2nd, 2025. I'm currently at Immigration Center or Warden Facility. I've been here for 69 days. I know it sounds funny, but today actually marks 69 days. Check this out. These are our conditions. This is an isolation. I can't speak out loud because we have the guard right there. These are my mates here. And
Chat, You know what's funny? Look at this. They have eggs and whey. So for everybody wondering how Vitaly managed to stay or maintain his weight, or at least still look the way he did prior to getting in, you know, more or less, it is because it is because he has whey. Okay, eto na. Thank you for the no audio, just lurking, and Jeremy, eto na, meron na audio for sure neto.
I can't talk too long, but here you go. This is our breakfast. Yes. Why is it green? Don't ask me. One rice.
Thank you for that by
and
Philip.
one fish. I don't even want to know what that is. And our dinner. Wow. So much food. Let me show you why. If you guys are wondering why these bottles are here, that's rats protection. This place is infested with rats, cockroaches.
Ano yung bote? Ano yung bote? If you guys are wondering why there are bottles in there, that's rats.
So much food. Let me show you why. If you guys are wondering why these bottles are here, that's rats protection.
Rats protection. Paano siya? Curious. How is it rats protection? I actually don't know why it would be rats protection. Dahil ba butas yung ilalim nung cage? Kaya pangharang to? Rats need protection from him.
This place is infested with rats, cockroaches, hundreds of mosquitoes during the night here. It's absolutely disgusting. We've been trying to reach out to human rights people. This is so inhumane, but no one's responding. But this message is not about me. This is a message about all the people that are suffering in here. And I will tell you in 1 second.
I mean, look at it, chat. Okay, so benefit of the doubt, right? If in this moment, Vitaly actually meant that, yun yung sinasabi kong redemption arc na pwede nating ibigay sa kanya. 'Di ba? Na the fact that he did his time, 9 months, you know, for some people that may be too short, for some that's, you know, okay. You know, yung conditions niya are not harsh compared to most other people deprived of their liberty, mga nasa kulungan. But again, if he does this well, it's not just a good look on him to redeem himself, but also it reveals a lot about what's going on in prison cells, given na yung kanya nga nakakaangat na siya talaga. So that would be good. Let me replay that moment again for you.
This is a message about all the people that are suffering in here. And I will tell you in 1 second. Come check out the back. This is how we shower.
Easy. Yung tabu na yan, chat. You know, we've all gone through this as kids for sure also. If you're a 90s baby, chances are you experienced life without a shower head. Showers weren't a thing growing up for me until I was probably around preteens.
You guys are probably wondering if I dropped the soap. Not yet. Oops, I think I did. Alright. Jokes aside, come. It's not to mention, it's 95 degrees Fahrenheit, or sometimes it's 100. It is.
That's pretty normal. I think 100 F2C. 38, okay, medyo mainit yun. 95, 35, I think that's just a hot day. That's a hot day.
Boiling hot in here. But let's get to the serious part. Anyone's watching this video, there's people, civilians, and hundreds of people are suffering. Innocent people. If you overstay your visa, there's people here for 3 years, 5 years. Are they gonna be here for life?
Meron pa silang gardenia bread, chat. And if you know anything about bread expires fast if it's not stored in cool conditions. So the fact that they have fresh bread over here means they probably get a steady supply of food. I mean, we don't have to think too deep, right? They literally have tub of whey protein sa tabi ng kama nila.
Maybe not. Are they going to be here for years? Yes. Do you think my charge of disturbing the peace matches my consequences? I don't think so. But I've been getting a lot. Every negative situation, it has to be positive. There's books, rack time. You guys are wondering if we get to go out of this cage? Maybe 15 minutes.
Yung nag-video, I mean, nung nag-video sa kanya, probably the third person they share the cell with. Yep. Yeah, so if you think about it, tatlo nga pala sila, no? Yung isang kasama niya na kumakain na nasa bottom bunk, si Vitaly, and yung nagbe-video sa kanya. So chances are tatlo nga sila, and if there are three of them and they are sharing that bunk bed, medyo masikip. Right? Again, but it's not as bad as what we see on the news kapag nakikita natin yung mga kapwa natin Pilipino na kinulong, tas siksikan talaga sila. Sometimes, they're just all lying down side by side. We've seen images and videos of that online. I mean, if you think about it, they have running water, accessible water at any point. And that's a very big thing.
It's once a week. But yeah, we go outside next to that beautiful blue trash can that's filled with flies.
Sabi ni Migs dito, there's rations but some people can bring their own food. Makes so much sense, right? Makes so much sense. That's why they have they have whey in there.
And rats. Correct. Once a week, 15 minutes. This message is, before I say it, we've been praying here every single day, and I just wanted to read out prayer for next. Guys, this is the prayer for next week for my bunk beds and me. Dear God, thank you for opening our eyes and giving us another week to live, grow, and trust you more. Every day that you give us is a gift. I'm so grateful that you share it with us. Your word of Proverbs 16:3 says, commit to the Lord whatever you do and he will establish your plans. So today we're committing this week to you, every decision, every conversation.
I understand he's actually pretty devout. It's not some kind of miracle na biglang ganito si Vitaly bigla. Throughout all of his career, you would see glimpses of his faith and his religion. I still do find it ironic though na despite the good that the Bible or his faith teaches him, may baliktad pa rin yung actions niya, di ba? The way he creates content, yung disturbing the peace niya, what he does to get himself in this situation, it kind of seems like, you know, apart from it being bad or not good behavior at all, parang it is God hopefully showing him a lesson. But it's an irony, but at the same time kind of makes sense.
Every step, I'm placing it all in your hands. When we face moments of pressure, remind us to pause and look at you first. We're not doing this on our own. You are our strength, our peace, and that's all we need. Thank you for loving us unconditionally through everything we face. We're walking into this week expecting good things because you're walking with us. We've been praying every day, guys. And final message, if you're a world leader, people of significance, we the people, there are people that are dying in here. There are people that need your help. There are people that are less fortunate, that cannot get out, that don't have families. This is not jail. This is immigration. Expose the corruption. There's a pregnant woman. There's pregnant ladies. Some of them are 7 months, 8 months. It's about to be due. There's kids with disabilities and Down syndrome in here. World, wake up. We need your help. SOS. God bless you.
Hey Ron, that's crazy. Like again, if we're talking about just this part where he does say na there are other people in here in worse living conditions, pregnant women, kids with people with disabilities, kids who have Down syndrome. Then it is a pretty good message to make out of. Pero kapag let's not go the route na medyo nagpapa-victim, right? Because I think he did mention earlier na it's not about me, it's about everybody else. So as far as that is, I'm all for it. Tingnan na lang natin. What's gonna happen here. Yeah, I get it, chat. Sabi dito ni Riri and the Archangel and the Franz Tendo, I get it that he's not really exposing anything new, but do realize, chat, do realize that Vitaly holds a huge presence on social media right now, or ever since, and him exposing this on a different stage, on likely a bigger stage, can help. Actually, it will help. So if he does execute this properly, let's see, right? Let's see. Is he trolling? Only time will tell. This is the first video out. He said he videoed every day. And it's a matter of time before we see what those videos are. Okay? Bigger stage again. So yes, these are all things that we know already bilang Pinoy. But what about other people? Mga hindi Pilipino, mga hindi in tune with the news. Yeah, well, no, only then. But this is, I would rate this video, if I were to rate it, maybe a 6/10. You know, there's he did clarify that it's not about him, it's about the other people there. So only a matter of time, chat. He fist bumped the BI escorts. Did he do this time? I feel like 9 months being in prison, not in the same living conditions as everybody else, na yung sinasabi yung mga less fortunate. Again, I'm torn, but I want to get things straight. I am not for Vitaly. I think mali pa rin yung ginawa niya. And I want to see more videos because this is a developing story. I mean, let's be real. I never thought na mag-iiba siya. From the very beginning, from the time na kinulong siya, I don't think na mag-iiba si Vitaly. He's a pretty mature person, meaning to say, kung sino siya, yun na yun. I don't think correctional facilities, especially when they're like ours in the Philippines, will really change him. What I do think, though, is that he does have a very, very powerful card in his pockets that can sway emotions in the other direction, not necessarily for empathy, but for everybody to see a side of Vitaly that talks about things bigger than himself. Okay? Alright, let's see. There you go. So yung living, I get this perspective. So yung living conditions niya ay average student dorm living situation. Absolutely terrible. Pero totoo rin naman na na-expose niya na nababayaran ang mga nasa BI. Sana makulong maigi yung 3 Bureau of Immigration officers na nahuling nagpalusot ng phone dito kay Vitaly. Deserve nilang makulong dahil nagpapasilaw sila sa pera. Good luck, prison officer in charge. Is that it? I've seen worse and we already know how corrupt the system is. Tell us something we don't know. Diba? Camp Bagong Diwa kasi to, kaya medyo maayos-ayos pa. Sa BJMP Taguig talaga siya kinulong since June. Yun ang hintayin natin. Oh! There, see? There's that perspective too. After pala siya ilipat sa BJMP, pinabalik din siya agad-agad dyan sa detention center dahil nakapag-bail siya noong June 28. So dyan na pala talaga siya nakulong mula noon. My bad. Wait. So inedit niya yung sinabi niya. Okay. My whey protein. 5-5 per month na tong ganito kaliit na kwarto sa Baguio. Suffering, parang mas worse pa yung documentary ng Atom Aralio regarding sa pabahay Ems. There was still literally one guy living in a one square bed tapos submerged sa black na tubig, that person actually looks clean. Pretends to be shocked. I get it, right? But I want to put focus on what Vitaly said earlier, that this message isn't necessarily about him. Let's just hold on to that. Let's hold on to that for a sec. That the message is not necessarily about him. It's about everybody else. I don't like Vitaly. I don't like what he did. But the videos that he does have, sooner or later, if they do get released, and it actually does show that the message is not about him, but to expose corruption on a wider scale, then I'm all for it, okay? Always for it kapag yung message natin hindi para kay Vitaly bilang isang victim, kundi bilang isang person na who's gonna expose everything. Hopefully. Alright, let's move on. We don't have a lot of time today. Ghost hump sa subdivision. That's actually funny. Ghost humps. Hey, what's up, Mock? Mom, don't close the door sa 2028. Ooh. Okay. Filipino corruption, excluding the government. Wow. I don't think this is necessarily corruption. Cutting in line is corrupt. Not wearing a helmet while riding a motorcycle is corrupt. Riding without a license is corrupt. Letting your child ride without a helmet is... I don't think these are necessarily corrupt activities, because this is giving corruption a whole different... This is giving corruption a whole different definition. And not only that, the dangerous thing with this is that it apart from it changing the definition of corruption, it puts the blame on Filipinos. It puts the blame elsewhere, right? And it dilutes the intensity of what corruption in government actually is. Using hazards to justify illegal parking is corrupt. Blocking intersections during traffic is corrupt. I don't think this is corruption. I think this is breaking the rules, right? Breaking the rules. It's not allowed. It's illegal. But calling it corrupt kind of changes the definition. Corruption. Let's see the definition, right? See? Because the definition, according to... No, let's look for... there you go. Because the definition of corruption, at least the number one definition here, dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power, typically involving bribery. The process by which something, typically a word or expression, is changed from its original use. That's the irony, right? Using corruption, in this case, corrupts the word itself. Change from its original use or meaning to one that is regarded as erroneous or debased. Diba? That this is pretty cool. Yung mismong paggamit ng word na corruption dito is in itself corrupting the word. So yeah, I agree with Mock here. I think Mock and I are on the same page. These are all not okay. Alright? We can go all the way down the list. Ignoring rules unless someone is watching is corrupt. Following rules only when there's punishment is corrupt. Those are not corrupt activities. By definition, they're all wrong. Hindi dapat tularan, wag dapat gawin. But they're not corrupt activities. We should and again, the word corruption should not be diluted. Because one, we don't want to shift the blame to mga pangkaraniwan na mamamayan. We want to keep the word corrupt exclusive to those who are in power, to our leaders who are causing all these unnecessary problems. Right? But I do get, they're dishonest, yes, but not corrupt. But I feel like I know where OP is coming from. I feel like in this context, OP is just saying na... I'm trying to understand where OP is coming from. And I feel like in this case, OP is just saying na sometimes corruption starts with our little acts, or dishonest behaviors can eventually lead to something bigger, something that can affect more people. So we have to start with ourselves. Kailangan tingnan muna natin yung sarili natin, see what we could do to change ourselves so that eventually it doesn't lead to bigger problems. So gets ko yung sinasabi ni OP, a little misguided. Yes, is it entirely wrong? I don't think so. But again, we have to look after the word corrupt and its use so that we keep those who need to be held accountable. Diba? They don't require power, they don't require money, they're everyday choices, low stakes. Filipinos are corrupt at its core. Again, misuse of the word. I do get where OP is trying to come from na tayo nga mismo, di natin kaya ibahin yung mga masasama nating mga ugali or masasama nating mga ginagawa. Diba? So, bakit tayo nagugulat na yung mga leaders natin ganito? Probably that's the message. But, kailangan nating we have to read this with a grain of salt. What's up, Lemonade? Hey, Steffi. Working daw si Mo, quote-unquote. So, yeah, today, chat, for those who are here right now, we are online. We normally are live between 7:30 and 8. Pero live tayo ngayon because we have an important thing to attend later. And by important thing, I mean watching a movie premiere. We don't always get invited to those things. So, kapag na-invite tayo sa mga event, kailangan may kwelyo yung suot natin. So, shout out HLA for my polo right now. I do feel like I am attending an important thing. That's why no stream. Okay, if it's not yet clear, chat, wala tayong stream tonight. Bukas yung stream natin ng regular time, 7:30 to 8 p.m. And then Wednesday, we'll have Jacob on stream, okay? Not being a YouTube member is corrupt. Humpak, LJ. Mula taas hanggang sa ordinaryong Pilipino, corrupt sa atin. Discarded daw, pero panlalamang na talaga. I get it. Filipinos are inherently corrupt. I get it. Corruption starts at home. I get it. Just careful lang tayo sa paggamit ng word na corrupt. Okay, let's move on. Let's do some drama here. Ooh. Chris Aquino, chat. Chris Aquino, hopefully one day she heals and finds her way back to hosting. Until now, no one does it quite like her. So mga Chris Aquino stands natin dyan. Right? With the way Chris Aquino is honest and unfiltered in her own ways. Love her or hate her. She is in a situation where I wouldn't hope for anybody to be in. Grappling with many simultaneous immune disorders or autoimmune diseases. It's not a good situation to be in for anybody, right? Depending on who your worst enemies are, I probably wouldn't wish this on my worst enemies. Sobrang hirap ng pinagdadaanan niya, and even worse, yung mga anak niya. Diba? Her kids who are forced to mature way earlier than they should. Her kids who are, again, these are all speculation based lang sa mga nakikita ko on social media. Pero yung mga anak niya who are, instead of enjoying their being a kid, right? I'm not sure how old they are. Ilan taon na ba si Bimbi? Bimbi Aquino. Age. Si Bimbi, 18. Chris Aquino, children. She has two, right? Joshua Aquino. Ilang taon na si Joshua Aquino? 30 years old. Right? Joshua is 30? Josh Aquino is 30? That's nuts. And then Bimbi is 18. So instead of them enjoying their lives, arguably, this is how they choose to live their lives. And so maybe perhaps they're enjoying it. But I hope you know what I'm trying to say, chat. Na their entire focus, their entire world is taking care of their family when I suppose if I were to live my life in my 20s or my teens or in my early 30s, I would hope to be able to focus on my dreams and aspirations. So, 'di ba? Sympathies sa kanila. Haven't met anyone who hates her? Probably, right? The propaganda before. Or I suppose during there would probably be times where, because Aquino would be coming from a place of privilege and may mga unfiltered words siyang nasasabi dati where probably it doesn't land properly. So maybe there's that kind of audience na doesn't show a lot of love kay Chris Aquino. But other than that, chat, with the videos that we've seen of her and the way she is the queen of all media, sana talaga she gets better. Because I'm not gonna lie, whenever I see Facebook posts or clips or screenshots of her situation, I do look forward to the times na mas positive yung messaging niya. Because there are definitely some times na very gloomy yung thoughts niya. And she does find herself in a dark place na parang sinasabi niya, hindi siya sure kung kakayanin niya pa ba, pero ilalaban niya talaga. There are times where she feels like she might not make it through the holidays. Diba? Those are really dark times because when she does talk about how she has faith in her recovery, that keeps everybody hopeful too. So stay strong, Chris Aquino, and sa mga fans ni Chris Aquino. Darius, what's up? She's planning to start a podcast? No. Does she have the power to start a podcast? Like the physical power to actually? The Buzz with Boy Abunda and Chris Aquino. Gay privilege na pala mag-sexualize sa mga lalaki. Kasi imagine if straight men do this to women. Wait, let me check this if it's okay to read. Yeah, okay, so the question here is, gay privilege na ba pala na mag-sexualize sa mga lalaki? Kasi imagine if straight men do this to women. I feel like... Oh, right. So I have a feeling, I might have an idea on what's going on here. But let's look at the video itself. Maybe this could be our last topic for the night. Let's see. No. Baus Rufo. Baus Rufo. Comedy. There you go. I think I found it. I'm not sure if it's smash or pass. Here.
Congratulations, Attorney Luke GK. Congratulations, Attorney Luke GK.
Abogado ka na, pero kailangan namin ng abogado kasi nagkamit ako ng homicide.
Ako po, crime of fashion.
Yeah, kailangan namin ng legal services.
Yeah, we need legal assistance.
Yes, can you tell us all about the penal code?
Yeah, tsaka po yung human rights.
Yeah, I do think it's funny. That's all I'm going to say. I think it's funny. But the question here is it justified humor? Gay privilege na ba pala na mag-sexualize sa mga lalaki? Kasi imagine if straight men did this to women. It's a fair point. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fair point. If straight men did this to women, straight men are going to get a lot of backlash for it. That's just the reality of life. And right now, the reality too is that if gay men are able to do this to men, it comes out as harmless comedy, harmless humor. What do you make out of it, chat? What do you think? Because objectively, it is funny. It is funny. Like I do find jokes that are centered around how do I say this? I do find jokes that are centered around sexuality funny in general because there's humor to make out of it. Because right under that humor is the social issue. And again, I'm that type of person na for as long as there is a social contract between comedian or joker and audience na okay, I can make this joke because I've earned the right to, and that I know that there are actually underlying issues to it, then it's okay. Like the joke is the awareness in itself. The joke is letting people know that I'm aware of the issue. I'm making a joke out of it so as to spread awareness. So comedians do this all the time. That's why they have that special pass that they can get away with jokes like that. But I think that's too far away from the topic already. Diba? So my question is, what are your thoughts, chat? What are your thoughts? Because we make jokes like this in chat all the time. We make joke, we have innuendos, we make green jokes all the time in chat. But the thing is, we already have a social contract that these jokes are okay to make sa chat natin. Like that. That's why it's kind of awkward. That okay, I'll give you a very concrete example na tayo lang yung magkakaintindihan dito. So if you don't understand it, let me know so I could explain it better to you. But the reason why I say my social contract tayo dito sa stream natin, that when we make these jokes, it's for the most part okay, is because when a newcomer comes in the stream and pulls off a joke that is rather sexual in nature, sobrang nakaka-off because wala pang social contract na na-establish with the newcomer. Right? Or especially if it's awkwardly timed. But if somebody in Benifam who's been with us for quite some time makes the same joke, all of a sudden it's okay. It's not necessarily a double standard. It's because meron na tayong, again, I keep using this word, social contract. Na okay lang gawin yung joke na yun kasi nagkakaintindihan tayo na ano talaga siya, na aware how harmful this joke could be or aware what this joke could mean if misinterpreted, pero joke lang talaga siya. Right? I agree, Mock. I agree. Public, how about comedians? How about comedians? Like popular comedians. How about that? Does that dynamic apply to famous comedians like them, like Macoy Dubs and Baus Rufo? It's a really good conversation to have, honestly, because personally, I do think they've earned it. I do think that they have earned that social contract with their mass audience. That these jokes are are supposed to be taken lightly. And if you ask them about actual important issues or even, let's not go too far. Jokes about sexuality, I'm pretty sure if you ask them, they would know more than I do. Right? They or the average person, they would know more about gender equality more than the average person would. So them making this joke, I feel like it's permitted. I don't think it's necessarily wrong. I may be having a very liberal perspective on this one, because I also but yun na nga, I want to acknowledge that if men did this to women, like the exact same thing, right? The exact same structure of the joke, with the double meanings, straight men are gonna get a lot of shit for that. the same time, what's okay and what's not okay, right? Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know in the comments because I really want to know more about this. Me seeing people in general doing that. Maybe that too, right? There are just some people who are not into those types of jokes, and that's okay too. That's okay too. Sexualization is bad. This discussion is unproductive. But to me, weaponizing terms just sound like, hey, look, the gays are so bad. They're doing the thing we've been doing for centuries. I would use the terms stigma against males or gay privilege with much skepticism. Sexualization and sexual violence is still predominantly straight males. The whole history, culture, and politics, if it is straight males, so it would be a bit disingenuous. Pwede to. I like this take. Sexualization is bad. This discussion is unproductive. Period. Right? But this is borderline weaponizing the term already. And the discussion goes beyond, sexual or gender equality discourse and just creates an unproductive discussion and, hate towards gay men. When, we go back, I'm not sure if this is also just changing the topic here, pero sexualization and sexual violence is still predominantly straight males. I get it because I have been told earlier as well that the patriarchal society or history that we've had for the longest time, is exactly why we're in this situation, right? It's men running the world in the way they ran it. It's the reason we are in this situation. It's the reason we're talking about problems like this. I like damn, Mock is just laying it all out. Ang galing nito. Objectifying minorities is never okay, but objectifying non-minorities is seen as okay because at least they get to experience what they normally don't. It doesn't make it okay if you begin objectifying non-minorities, but at the same time, balik tayo sa social contract. Where's that line? I'm not against this. I find it funny, but I also do understand. Can those two things exist? Yun yung isa ko pang tanong. Can those two things exist? Can you find this funny and still think that it's not okay to sexualize people, period? Diba? Kasi medyo nagbabangga eh. Is it one of those things na pwedeng mag-coexist yun? I mean, could, right? Like, you could attend a comedian whose main shtick is to make fun of other people, but that doesn't mean that you yourself make fun out of other people. Pwede, di ba? Right? Could be, right? Like, in essence, men, women, gay, lesbians are not in equal footing to begin with kasi. I get it. If you're still coming from the social political context here, Mock, I get that. Straight guy here, parang kahit din naman babae ang gumawa niyan, okay pa rin sa mata ng society. It's just that may unspoken stigma lang din sa male genders in general sa part na they are always or assumed na abusive perpetrators at this point in time. May certain issues lang din talaga ang every gender na ang makakaintindi lang din ay ka-gender nila. In this world, di talaga natin ma-achieve ang unity in general, but we can still jive or mingle pa rin for the sake of peace and harmony. Yeah, I think I want to go back to what Mock said and then let's wrap this stream up because I do have a call in 2 minutes. When we had Rika on, Rika Salomon, Rika always seemed to go back to a conversation about the male, the patriarchy, right? This invisible but truly felt blanket that has defined society in general. And it's interesting how every issue, every gender issue goes back to that. The patriarchal society who fucked up the world. And I think we can also go back to that. You know, with the social political context, sinabi ni Mok that in general, straight men have been abusing their privilege for most of history and are now only getting their taste of what they did, and arguably to a much lesser extent. Could be a point of conversation, a point of dialogue pagdating dito. So yeah, take that as you will, chat. I do think it's a very interesting conversation to have. But, you know, no hate. Dapat. It should be constructive. I want to see what the comment section is going to end up saying here. When we do make a TikTok out of this. But for now, chat, I do have a call. I will be live again tomorrow. What does it mean the men of today must suffer for the sins of men yesterday? That's also a good point. LJ. Because it all just goes back to the conversation of sexualization is bad, period. Diba? That's it. And if a male does this to a woman, that's bad. So why is it okay if gay men do this to straight men? Diba? That's why valid talaga yung conversation. Valid din yung point na yun eh. It's much more complex, and I feel like there's so much nuance to it that even if we put everything together, we can only really have a good idea of the situation, but not have a definitive solution that answers everybody's questions. Does that make sense? It's one of those topics na goes deeper beyond what it looks like on the surface. That's it, chat. Let's see each other tomorrow. Normal stream time. And then on Wednesday, we will be having Jacob on the stream for a discussion on our fitness goals this 2026. Yeah, okay yung usapan, di ba? Ang daming layers eh. Ang daming layers. It's not as simple as masama yan, period. No. I think it goes more than that. Soldiers don't fight soldiers, countries fight countries. So mga proxies, you mean? I wish I can have this conversation, but it's 2:31. Papatayin na ako. I'm late by 1 minute. I gotta go, chat. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you for everybody who's here. LJ, Mock, SWG, Steffi, Lemonade, Philip, Levy, Paring Gray, Office Ninja, and Chuck. Okay, bye-bye everyone. Bye-bye.